King's Indian attack, French, reversed Grunfeld variation. Intense. That was a serious game. That game was pretty competitive. The opening was balanced. The middle game battle was fairly even. Both players had a nice endgame. The reti is a less common but flexible opening that controls the center with the knight before committing a pawn. d5 occupies the center and controls the e4 and c4 squares. The d4 square controls the e5 and c5 squares and establishes a solid center. This misses an opportunity to strike at the center with a pawn. It is an inaccuracy. This defends the attacked pawn. By positioning the bishop on a potent diagonal, this fianchettos the bishop. By doing this, a knight moves out of its beginning square and into the action. Castling gets the king out of the center and activates the rook. This keeps the material balance in check with good commerce. Recaptures. This develops a piece while also winning a tempo on a knight. It is the last book move. This is not the right idea. It is an inaccuracy. This move puts the bishop on a safer square. It is best. This develops a knight from its starting square, activating it. That's good. By doing this, a knight moves out of its beginning square and into the action. It is ideal. By pinning a knight, this increases pressure. It is quite good. This misses an opportunity to develop a rook off its starting square. It is a mistake. What I would have advised is that it is ideal. This exchange is fair. It is quite good. The rooks are linked by this, making it easier for them to work together in the future. It is quite good. This ignores an opportunity to kick a bishop. It is an inaccuracy. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. This misses a chance to advance a rook from its starting square. It is incorrect. This develops a piece while also winning a tempo on a queen. It is good. This ignores a better way to develop a queen off its starting square. It is an inaccuracy. There was only one good move there. This ignores an opportunity to move a bishop to safety. It is a mistake. Backs off. This poses a threat to strike a knight. It is ideal. This prevents an assault on a pawn that may have been taken. That's good. This misses a chance to advance a rook from its starting square. It is incorrect. This permits the opponent to kick a knight. It is a mistake. This misses a chance to trample a knight. It is incorrect. A pawn kicks the opposing bishop, forcing it to move or risk being captured. It is quite good. This moves the bishop to safety. This threatens to pin a knight to the king. It is excellent. Although white is still in a superior position, they have lost their winning edge. It is incorrect. Black was worse off, but now they are in a losing position. It is an inaccuracy. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. This develops a bishop off its starting square, getting it into the action. It is best. White still has the upper hand, but they are no longer in a position to win. It is incorrect. This misses the chance to provide an equitable exchange of pieces. It is incorrect. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This move puts the queen on a safer square. It is best. This forks pieces by creating a simultaneous attack. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This protects the bishop who was attacked. That's good. This is winning stuff. That's good. This strikes a rival knight. It is ideal. This succeeds in capturing a helpless rook. It is ideal. Recaptures. It is ideal. The knight is thus brought to safety. It is ideal. A very strong play. It is excellent. That's fine. It is good. As a result, the bishop may now control more squares because it is in a better position. It is ideal. This suggests exchanging items of equivalent value. That's good. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. It is best. It is a fair deal after all captures. It is ideal. This is an equal trade. It is best. Backs off. It is ideal. The bishop is now in a secure position. That's good. A solid choice. It is excellent. That is a logical response. It is quite good. As a result, the rooks are placed in a single file and are able to cooperate to pose a danger. It is quite good. That's a decent move. That's good. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. That's fine. It is good. Among the best actions. It is quite good. By moving a rook from its starting square, this activates it. That's good. A very strong play. It is excellent. Very precise. It is best. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. A solid choice. It is excellent. This deters an assault on a pawn that is weak. It is quite good. This is how you take the pawn. It is quite good. Recaptures. It is quite good. This moves the bishop to a better location, allowing it to control more squares. It is excellent. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. That is a logical response. It is quite good. This pushes a passed pawn. It is best. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. This provides an equal exchange of parts. It is quite good. This is an equal trade. It is best. Backs off. White is ahead at this point in the endgame. It is ideal. Very precise. It is best. Among the best actions. It is quite good. A very strong play. It is excellent. Placing a rook behind a passed pawn helps keep the pawn protected as it tries to promote. It is excellent. A solid choice. It is excellent. By moving it from the back rank, this activates the king in the endgame. It is quite good. That is a logical response. It is quite good. Among the best actions. It is quite good. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. A very strong play. It is excellent. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. It is best. Recaptures. It is ideal. A solid choice. It is excellent. That is a logical response. It is quite good. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. One of the best moves. It is excellent. Intense. That was a serious game. That game was pretty competitive. The opening was balanced. The middle game battle was fairly even. Both players had a nice endgame.